It's past time to expose the Democrats and Republicans for usurping liberty and freedom. What you are about to hear is the amalgam of passion and truth. This is the Southern Liberty Radio Show. Greetings, Liberty Defenders of the world. I appreciate you guys being here with us this evening. I'm over here, got 50 things going on at once, but that don't matter. Y'all know how I do, how I get down. Appreciate y'all, love y'all. It's going to be another one of those short Fridays because, look, we've talked about everything under the sun. The only thing I'm doing now is color commentary. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where I'm at right now, right? Because how many of you are understanding this political landscape that's going on right now? As you're thinking about it, and I really want you to give a true answer, right? Make sure you like and subscribe and share and all that good stuff. All right. How many of y'all are actually understanding this landscape? Those of us that live in the real world, I'm gonna have to adjust something real quick. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. There you go. Let me adjust the lighting on that one. There we go. Y'all want my take? I guess you're here. You're going to get it anyway, right? It doesn't matter what squad you root for right now, right? One thing is for sure. We have a lot of cultists amongst us, right? I'm not even talking about the politicians right now. I'm talking about them supporters, right? I can't talk about them enough because the same people that call my MAGA friends and my Republican friends cultists and you're in a cult, I seem to find something every single time. Cult of Personality is the name of the song, right? These people couldn't open the government long enough. What happens? What happens? Oh no, we're going. There's an email link to Epstein. Y'all, I got Epstein fatigue. I mean, real talk. How much are we going to talk about this man? Huh? How long are we going to run this man into the damn ground for nothing to happen? Nothing. Zero, zilch, zippo, nada, nothing. Hmm? But here they are. The Democrats like a bunch of lapdogs, and their supporters. Let me adjust this light because this light's kind of in my grill. I don't like it in my face like that. You can't walk around and call Donald Trump and all his supporters pedophiles and pedophile protectors. The audacity. Hmm? The audacity. Hmm. Y'all worried about Trump being on some damn email list. Y'all are laughable. Democrats and y'all support y'all laughable at this point. And as usual, not a single Republican has said a word about it. What does the Republicans do? They're running. We're going to pass legislation. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. Y'all said that shit last time. No, you ain't. We're going to bring it to a vote on Tuesday. No, you ain't. Something's going to happen. No, you ain't. Neither one of y'all about to do shit. One side loud and the other side we going to do something about it. Neither one of y'all ain't shit. Neither one of y'all ain't shit. Your supporters ain't shit. Because again, they fall for the bait and switch. You can't blame Trump no more for the snap. Government shutdown. You can't blame him anymore. Even though it's not him to be blamed. The purse doesn't sit with the president. No kings, right? No kings, right? No motherfucking kings, right? Here's what's crazy. Good point, Ms. Val. J.P. Morgan. Do we dare talk about J.P. Morgan? Do we just take away J.P. Morgan and just Chase Manhattan? I've talked about that before on here. Chase's hands is dirty. Do we remember what happened in 1711 in the city of New York? Do we remember what happened? What'd they do? Chase Manhattan was a huge participant in human trafficking. They just called it slavery back then, right? They just called it slavery back then, right? Y'all know in New York City, the New York Stock Exchange, 1711, didn't start out moving stocks and bonds. It started off moving people. They just upped their game, didn't they? After the government rode away the gold standard and went to fiat. J.P. Morgan, Chase Manhattan, all that. It's all them Democrats, ain't it? Kind of fitting, isn't it? J.P. Morgan, Chase, Inwood, Epstein. I'm just saying. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Let me know if I'm lying in the chat. Talk to me. And you got the Democrat sloths and slugs propping this up, right? Tiger can't change his straps. Instead of y'all Democrats and your supporters hollering about Trump is in the emails, we got him. I ain't heard y'all say a word about all your Democrat politicians that paid off staff members and all these different people sexual assault suits. Right? I ain't forgot about that. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when Speaker of the House Paul Ryan said we're gonna release the list that use the congressional slush fund to pay off sexual assault claims and allegations? Y'all remember that? Grown ass men, huh? Y'all also worried about Trump, ain't y'all? Y'all worried about Trump, huh? Being in the email. Here in the email. Y'all were so pressed about it. Virginia Guthrie would have been over here in the United States testifying against all them ham bones. No. Since she's a Trump ally, her story can't be credible. Oh, okay. Fuck y'all's couch. This is why nobody can take none of these people seriously. Even if I want to hear them on social media, I don't even want to engage them because they sound stupid from the rip. I can smell the indoctrination all the way from over there. It's funny when you sit on social media and you talk to these people and you know what they're going to say before they say it. You don't know what they're going to say. Yeah, I do. Because the person that came up 3 minutes before you did said it. And you're asking me what's the conversation about? Media don't help the situation. Media further gaslight the situation. Sunny Hostin, y'all know that heifer, right? From The View. She's Puerto Rican and all that. Puerto Rican, black, and all that. Her father what is he a felon? I don't know if it's for sure he's a felon, but he was involved in that scam and he became a millionaire from this scam. And she married. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. That old girl sitting on that View, huh? With the loudest mouth. She was a prosecutor. I'm a prosecutor. Why do dark skinned people have to appeal to authority? Every time they say something, well, I was a prosecutor and we did. Bitch, shut the fuck up. I don't care if you was a prosecutor or not. You can't answer a straight question. That tells me everything I need to know. Being a prosecutor. But anyway, I'm going to play an audio clip. She calls herself trying to go after John Fetterman. John Fetterman wasn't having it. Y'all, let me pull that thing out right quick. John Fetterman was not having any of that. Let me find it. There it is. There's a clip. All right, y'all take a listen to this nonsense.
It's a horrific mistake. Governor Gavin Newsom called it pathetic and a surrender. Democrats had big wins last week, so you had momentum. Why give in now? Why bring a butter knife to a gunfight? And I believe you are wrong.
I don't need a lecture. I don't need a lecture from whether it's Bernie or the governor in California, because they are representing very deep blue kinds of populations, and a lot of those things were part of the extreme. And now remember, what really needs to win, the big win, is involving my state and other states and those things. And I would like to, rather than cite MTG, I'm going to cite one of the new governor-elects saying that my election is not a green light to continue this shutdown. But the reality is 42 million Americans now not sure where their next meal is going to come from. And because we vote like that, or people that haven't been paid for 5 weeks now, and that kinds of chaos.
I mean, where's the law? Where's the law, Fetterman? Where is the law? It's about the people of Pennsylvania. He's right. It ain't no damn agenda. Huh? Oh, we're going to hold it over Republicans' head. Yeah. As the Republicans said before, this was a Democrat government shutdown. And the talking voices and faces of the media further confirms that. Now, I hope John comes out okay after this fall, right? I hope he does. Just compassion, human compassion, right? We love to don't, even though some of our leaders we don't agree with. We still those are my folks that follow Christian doctrine or Christ followers know we're supposed to pray for our leaders, right? Even though a lot of them are evil and corrupted, we still have to pray for them, pray for their goodwill and health, right? Because we never want to see people struggle, right, with these things, right? and we know it's kind of bad, put a bad mouth on people, right? That's bad karma. But anyway, Sonny Hostin and the rest of those people on The View and all that. This is the cult that's taking over the country. But here's what's even more crazier, right? These diehard Democrats, right? So worried about Trump, and I got to give the Democratic Socialists of America a lot of credit on this one, right? While the Democrats, the liberals, progressives alike in that party are ranting and raving about Trump, this, that, and the third, the DSA has backdoored the Democrat Party. And Mamdani, right? Now I said it right. Mamdani got elected in New York. The Democrat Socialists, the DSA, has officially backdoored the Democrat Party. And these idiots that we see on TV and the social medias and all that, right? They allowed it to happen. And you're right, Rico. It all started with Antifa at UC Berkeley. Then it went up to Seattle, right? Then it spread like wildfire throughout the country. And while Antifa was distracting everybody, Democrats, we don't know about Antifa. Antifa's not real. There's not real violence. The DSA is backdoored their ass with no fucking Vaseline. What are Democrats going to do now, right? What y'all going to do? What you going to do about your party? Now that the anti-liberty movement has literally crept in and moved into your ranks, what you going to do? Y'all so distracted by Republicans and Trump, and Republicans are no good. The Democratic Socialists of America are taking over your party. See, they wouldn't dare try to do that to the Republican Party, because at least some of the Republicans, it'll be a hard no. So Republicans, you got a hard fight now. You got a hard fight, Republicans. Because the few that are left in the Republican Party, they're older, right? They're going to get out of politics. And you ain't got no young people like DSA does, right? You ain't got it. Y'all got to do something quick. Which leaves folks like us in a lurch. Because if you are of our generation, let me tell you something. We shouldn't have to pick up arms again to defend what we curated. You know what is so wonderful? Is I'll go on TikTok from my handy dandy device, and I'll be on there, and I'll see videos from folks our age, right, well, closer to my age of 50, a little bit older, right, that listened to some of the club bangers we listen to here down south. You know, like Lil Jon and Lil Scrappy and who was other Hurricane Chris. You know what I mean? And they're on doing videos on TikTok singing the lyrics word for word, no lip sync, word for word. right? And that is so wonderful to see because we are still out here. Because we were the generation of people, right, that really didn't side with political parties. We stood up for what was right, what was wrong, and that was it. Politically or not, that's what we did. We voted based on what's right and what's wrong. We were forced into these boxes, right? But we were the generation that ended all the race bullshit, gay bullshit, all that bullshit. We didn't have no beef with any of that. But these young motherfuckers come along and think they have to bring this shit up. Your problem ain't with us. You know, I'm specifically talking about those millennials, those young millennials, the YNs as we call them. Those of y'all know what that means. You know, right? Your problem ain't with us 50 to 60-year-olds. Your problem ain't with us. Your problem is with your own peoples and within your own age group. Because us 50 to 60, we part of that wish a bitch would tribe. See, all this shit y'all doing out here in these streets, whether it be politically or hanging in the streets, we created that shit. So don't think we don't know how this shit run. Don't come at us. Y'all are boomers. We ain't no fucking boomers. Most of the boomers are gone. It's us you got to deal with. It's us you got to deal with. This is why y'all always bringing a pew pew to a fist fight, especially when it come to us OGs. You ain't about that smoke. You'll shoot your way out of an argument. We used to fight our way out of a damn argument and go home and come back later and shake hands like good fight. Now we best friends, huh? We'll stomp each. Look, I'm just saying that to say this. We are probably the second toughest generation to be brought into this country. We are the second toughest. We can't take nothing off the silent generation. They went through some shit. The silent generation did. They went through some shit that we could never fathom. This is why they are the number one resilient generation. They're the ones that kept this country going. So if it wasn't for that silent generation, none of us Xers would be here because they wouldn't have had boomers, right? We would have never been here. And it wasn't for us, the late millennial the later millennial to Gen Alpha wouldn't even be here, or Gen Z. I'm sorry, Gen Z wouldn't even be here, right? Because millennials technically are Gen Y, technically. But it looks like we're going to fuss, fight, and cuss to restabilize our country. Y'all know how we used to do it when we were kids, right? We did it one fight at a time. This is going to be the ruin of our country. People. We're hitting a 30-minute mark. That was kind of going to be my short because, again, there wasn't much going on this week to even really talk about. Right. But I needed to come and speak on that. As much as I hate to say it, we have a country to save. And we can start on social media one post at a time, speaking about liberty and freedom. Social media has a further reach than what we think. Some of us, we can be on social media. Some of us be out in the streets. Some of us be in the social media live streets, preaching this message. Why would you want the federal government to do it? Is it in their purview to do these things that you want them to do? And if you think they have the purview to do so, You fucking suck. Here, let me get a boot for you to lick as you do it. And then let me know how you like that leather cooked. Well done or rare? Hmm? You can have all the statistics you want. One thing you can never beat, the one thing you can never answer and justify in good faith is why you think the government should have control over the human condition. It was never intended for that. But people somehow then forgot how to think for themselves and have allowed the government to intrude, impose, right, and invade the human condition. Because people are sorry. They are sorry to their core. They're a bunch of sorry, pissant people. Oh no, Mr. Gert, what should I do? I have no money. All those common sense people go to work. Here, I give you. You say you got to feed your kids tonight. You come up here and sweep my 2 porches. I give you $20. That's enough to go to the grocery store, get you some food, to cook you some dinner tonight for them kids. These kids out here, these children that are hollering about this SNAP and this government statistics and all that stuff, and these subsidies from the government only making you lazy. Only making you lazy. And it also, you know what else it did? You know what else it did, y'all? It put shame and pride on a back burner. Because you know damn well. So the few of you that know me personally, if I was that far down and out and I couldn't feed myself or them grandkids and stuff out there, I'll be the first one. I won't be out on the corner no panhandling. I'll go knock my neighbor's door. Hey, I'll clean up your yard for you for $50. Oh, you don't need it? I'll go to a neighbor down the street. Hey, I clean up your yard for $50. I ain't above that. Because remember, I'm the kid that will go during the summer, right, in the 80s and go mow people's lawns front and back for $10. I used to mow lawns for $10 front and back because I wanted some extra money. These folks nowadays are above that. They're above. They'd rather sit down and ask the government to give it to them. I know the old folk in my family, when I was coming up, they'll go around to the high schools in the other counties and literally dig through the garbage cans and pull out the aluminum cans and put them in bags and take them to the can man. $1 a pound. When they needed extra money. We above that now? Oh, that's for the low people. But you out here begging for SNAP. You got your ass out here begging for SNAP while you're churning school. You better go out there and pick up them damn aluminum cans and put them in bags and go take them to the can man and see how much they weigh so you can get some change, some scrap in your pocket. Let's keep that shit 100. You ain't that desperate and out. You just lazy as fuck. You was lazy as fuck. And I'll say it to your face to face. I don't care. Because I'm not above or beneath hustling for that dollar if I'm that far down and out. Because one thing I don't ever want to do is get into a position I got to beg the government to give me something because I know it comes with strings attached. I have pride, but I know when to swallow it. My father always used to say, closed mouths don't get fed. If you don't open your mouth, you can't make money, right? And I'm not talking about going on the corner and selling ass. But then again, if that's what you got to do to put some food in your family's belly, then by all means, do what you do. You make that money in your own volition. Not off the backs of other hardworking people like myself and the people in my chat right now. You're not entitled to that. They are entitled to that. They should be able to say, hey, Mr. Government, I'm having a hard time this month. Right? Just to say, all options are off the table, and all these people in my chat been paying their taxes for years and years and years and never used an ounce of assistance. They should be able to go to your government one time and say, hey, Mr. Government, look, they raised my mortgage a little bit. You know what I mean? They raised my or say even better, they raised my property tax a little bit, and it's got me kind of strapped. I paid into the system. I've paid y'all all this money to give to all these different countries, different people. All I need is $2,000. Can you give me $2,000 free and clear? To make sure I don't lose my house with my family in it. Y'all say y'all supposed to prop up the American dream, but I pay you because you forced me to pay you. Now I'm coming to collect what you stole from me, rightfully so. But we can't do that. But a motherfucker come across the border can knock on the door and walk out with a whole quarter SNAP money on it at the tune of $10,000. We seen the video, remember? But we can't do that. Oh no, we can't do that, huh? Listen, we got to roll out, but I'm gonna say this. We need to start speaking up and speaking louder. We need to drown out these young voices and these idiots out here in these streets, or the end of our country. The end of our country. We may see it in our lifetime. Not on my watch. I'll do everything I can. Not on my watch. I need the rest of you to stand up also. With that being said, listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, all that good stuff. Enjoy your weekend. We will be back here on Sunday on regular scheduled program, 8 p.m. on Sunday. We will be back. We got to finish that series. So it might be a double whammy. We'll see. I'll let you know. Till next time, y'all, remember, love your neighbors, love your family. But ultimately, if you don't love yourself, you can't love anything or anyone else. Peace and love, everybody.